What are signs that a guy is not interested in you?
General rule is that if you're confused, he's probably not interested. Also, if he's texting things like, "Sorry, I'm busy," without following it up with, "Can we do this on Friday instead?"
Guys are always play the pursuing and initiative role. If he is passive when stay with you, never date you, I'm sorry he is not that into you. Another talk. If you are not sure whether he is interested in you, he is not.
He doesn't flirt back. If you try and it doesn't work, you should probably stop after at most a few attempts. To me, women hit on me and I don't respond, and they keep doing it. At that point, it gets harassing and I have to tell them I'm not interested or be obviously disdainful when they flirt. If that doesn't work, I tell them. You don't appear to be on his radar. When guys have a girl they think is interested in them, if they too are interested, they will keep you on radar. They will interact with you, etc. If you're not, they may just not appear to care or don't seem to be interested in a relationship. You spend enough time talking that I think you can ask how he feels about spending more intimate time together. Don't look for signs. That's like waiting for an outcome based on magic. Your best real-world solution is always to ask a direct question of the person you are interested in. Everything else is a pointless guessing game. If a guy is not putting a sense of urgency or strong interest in making me aware he is there, making it hard to think about anyone but him in his calling or contacting me, assuring I am not wondering if there is another out there taking some of his attention from me, then I am pretty much convinced that there is no real interest in me. Thinking back to those years when a man would get my attention and interest and then stop calling or coming by as much because he was out getting the attention and interest of other women, I came to this conclusion. If a man wants to really be with you, he's going to move heaven and earth to make it happen, more sooner than later. So saying, if he is not stopping by to visit with you often, not calling often, then not only am I wondering what he is doing with this time, but also seeing that his interest isn't as strong as mine or isn't too strong at all. Makes sense? Good luck to you. The biggest sign is if a person ignores you. If his smiles are not sincere and his conversation and texts perfunctory, there is no real interest there. As he said to you, he takes a while to warm up to people. He could be very shy or very careful, neither of which help you very much. Your instincts tell you he is not interested. Unless you tend to have a lot of self-doubt, your instincts are probably correct. That doesn't mean his feelings can't change. If it were me and I was interested in him, I think I would let him know. Either he tells you, or he has an awkward face expressing every time he's with you. He stops listening to you. He wants to make love less frequently. He starts to spend more times with his friends. You and him argue more. He doesn't say, "I love you" anymore. See if this is any of his behaviors. Things like this are tough to decipher sometimes. I'd say the best thing to do is actually flirt with him and see how he responds. Talking about work, school, the weather, etc. doesn't tell you anything about their intentions towards you or how interested they are. That's just wasting time. Maybe he's thinking the same thing. Is she interested in me or not? All she does is talk about X, so I don't know if I should ask her out or not. Take a risk, flirt with him, and see how he responds. If he's not into you, then he won't respond properly. If he is, then he'll flirt back, unless he doesn't know how, and should ask you on a date soon. There's a big difference between not interested and not enthusiastic. He's not enthusiastic, but since he did express that it takes him a bit of time to warm up and be comfortable around new people, you should expect that. Take it slow and see what happens. If a guy is interested in you, he will make a move, even if he's shy. If he doesn't make his interest known in an obvious way, he's either not interested in you at all or not interested in you enough for you to consider spending time thinking about him romantically. If he's interested, you'll know. If he's not, you'll be confused. When he doesn't make efforts and makes you think if he is interested or not. If someone is really interested, he won't let you go. If you're questioning if he's interested, then he's not interested. A man that's interested usually acts on his interest, therefore you wouldn't question it. You'll get the feeling that he is cold, etc., and not trying to hang out with you. Okay, that just sounds like y'all are both busy people. I'd go ahead and put yourself out there. You're not going to really know how he feels unless you do. I mean, don't be weird and confess your undying love or whatever. Unless you're in middle school, in which case, go for it. It'll make for fantabulous, cringeworthy memories. But seriously, it's what I tell all the guys to do. Just go ask her out on a real date. Cut the bull with hanging out or whatever. Life is shorter than you realize. Ask for the date. If you get it, great. If you don't, at least you know. If he's a douche about it, better to find out now than pining away for a month. If while you talk, he's looking at his phone or looking around you for his friends. If you touch his arm, he pulls back gently or obnoxiously. When you approach him to flirt, he walks to his friends in avoidance. Or as people have already stated, the fact that you are here questioning yourself probably answers the question. Guys are much easier to read than women. When we like someone, we are pretty damn obvious.
This is all for today, but the magic continues in our next video. Don't forget to subscribe and support us for more heartwarming content. Together, we'll keep the conversation alive. Until next time, stay connected and stay inspired.